What it do, YouTube? It's SS, and I'm back with another video on this one right here. This one right here. Well, let me tell you about this one. As you guys can see right here, we are about to use Ceititan in the Great League. This is my first time making one, so as you guys can see, I just now got the Pokédex entry. But yeah, we're using Powder Snow, Ceititan in the Great League, newly buffed. But yeah, these battles were done on Twitch. If you want to follow me, watch these battles happen in real time, link in the description as always. Also to the Discord if you want to join the Discord. And once again, we're gonna be using Guard Chomp. You guys know I had so much fun with Guard Chomp. We're gonna run Guard Chomp as well. A little nice spicy team. Obviously, it's still early in the ranks. We're not really trying to climb, but we're trying to climb, if that makes sense. We're also trying to make content. Yeah. Uh I don't really have too much to say other than I guess let's just go get into these battles. As we do see Manting go ahead and knock us out, we're unfortunately not going to be able to get off our Sand Tomb, but then we are going to be able to make it to the Avalanche here. It's not going to be enough to KO. They swap out into a Metal Claw Sand Slash, and this is kind of looking tricky. I do try to swap out and try to catch. It looks like we got the move. We caught the move, maybe. I don't know. They threw a nice punch. We're gonna be able to make it to a Shadow Ball here. Shadow Ball is not going to be enough to KO, but it will be close. So they do end up shielding. Then next they are gonna throw another move. Most likely it's gonna be the drill run this time. It is the drill run. Just gonna go straight for the surf here. Because I don't know if I can get the farm down. I do get the farm down. In comes the Mantine. Mantine is going to be able to knock out my Jellison. Jellison is going to go down, but since we have a move bait, the Avalanche is going to be enough to KO from this range, probably even from half health, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to be able to take that first game as we do hop into the next battle. We're going to see Venusaur up against the Titan. The Titan is really good up against the Venusaur here, as you guys can see, super effective. We're going to go straight for the bait here, expecting them to shield, to be honest, and they actually do end up shielding, which is really good for me. So now I'm gonna build up again, gonna try to bait once again because um I don't really want. Well, it's not enough to KO. One more Powder Snow is gonna be enough to KO. So I do believe Body Slam was the right play there. And then now they are gonna swap out into a Toxapex. Toxapex is gonna be able to knock out our um so Titan, I am going to be able to come into my Garchomp. Garchomp's going to be able to make it to a Sand Tomb. Sand Tomb's not going to be enough to KO, but two more Dragon Tails is going to be enough. And now in the back there is a Bastiodon, I do believe. Bastiodon is just going to get hit with the Sand Tomb here, and they are going to shield the Sand Tomb, which is good for me. We're going to make it to another Sand Tomb here. So let's see. They do let it go, but unfortunate for them, I don't even have to shield this. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it go through. Uh, Flamethrower, they try to BM me, I guess, and now we go for the Shadow Ball. And Shadow Ball is gonna be enough to KO. They don't even I didn't even charge it just because I saw that they ended up top lefting, which is pretty cool. Now we are going to see the Sand Slash in the lead up against our Titan. I'm going to swap out instantly into my Jellison. They're staying in, which is kind of interesting. And this should be the drill run, but I'm going to go ahead and let it go through. Drill run is going to come through. They're still staying in. Going to make it to the Shadow Ball. Make sure to throw on good timing. Do three bubbles, then throw. They are going to shield, which is okay with me. Going to shield as well. Most likely it's going to be the run again, and it is. Going to do three bubbles and then throw once again. This time we're going to go for the bait, expecting them to shield regardless, which they actually do. I'm gonna go ahead and shield as well. Another drill run. I'm gonna do three bubbles and then throw, but they actually end up swapping out into Dunsparce, which is fine with me. You guys know I love Dunsparce. I'm gonna try to catch the move, but I don't catch the move, which is fine. And then they are gonna be able to throw drill runs here, but if for some reason they go rock slide, I'm not too sure why they went rock slide. But that's actually gonna end up helping me out because two drill runs would have actually KO'd. They are gonna come into a Turtonator. Turtonator is just gonna be one-shotted by the Outrage, and Outrage is gonna take them out. They're gonna come back into the Sand Slash, which is fine. Sand Slash is gonna get met with my the Titan. At this point, I can live a move. I think they need two drill runs to KO. We're at the Avalanche. Avalanche should be enough to KO from this range, which it is. And we're gonna be able to take that game as we do hop into the next battle. We're gonna see so Titan up against Obstagoon, and obviously this is not a good lead for us. So we're gonna swap out into our Jellison, and for some reason they swap out into Chandelure, which is very interesting because Chandelure loses to Jellison, especially since I'm running Bubble. I'm gonna do one and then throw. Probably could have did three and through, but seeing that they sacked it, I should have did three and through. But this is fine. Obstagoon is gonna come back in. Obstagoon is going to throw their move, which is fine. I think it was an obstruct. So this time I am just gonna start spamming out these serves, do one and throw, and then I think I might end up trying to swap out here just so I can preserve some health on my Jellicent, and we do end up swapping now. I think we caught a move as well. It looks like it's the Nice Slash, so we're gonna be able to try farm him down completely. But I do have to end up shielding here, which is fine. In the back is a Empoleon. Empoleon is gonna get hit with one of these Santims unless they shield, which they do end up shielding. And now I think what I'm gonna try to do is coming to my jealous and trying to make it to a shadow ball, but I realize I'm not going to be able to make it to a shadow ball. So I throw it instantly, then swap out into my Ceititan. At this point, this game is looking really over for me. We're gonna see, can we make it to the avalanche? We do make it to the avalanche. Let's see, not enough to KO. They do KO us, and they are at a move. This is gonna be enough to KO, so we're gonna unfortunately end up losing this game, which is fine. Game that was probably winnable, but played it real bad. Now we're gonna see Titan up against a more Shinotic. Then they swap out into, I think this was a snipe to be honest, because yeah, Steel Wing. And then I think I end up letting this go through, which ends up, no, I don't. They end up heat waving me, heat wave. I'm gonna make it to the surf here. I don't expect them to shield, to be honest, and they don't shield. They're gonna come back into the Shinotic, gonna go to throw the shadow ball. They end up shielding, which is fine. And then now this is going to be enough to KO, which is gonna go ahead and let it go through. Gonna come back into my thing, and then they end up catching on a Skarmory. Yeah, this is the reason why I was thinking it was a snipe, because it's just this team's stupid. It doesn't make sense. They just lose to a whole fire. They lose to fire. It just doesn't make sense. And I go for the outrage here, which I probably shouldn't have, to be honest. um. Oh, I forgot it was a. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. I remember I wasn't paying attention. I was like, "What? Why didn't the outrage KO?" Reason being is because it's a fairy type, so that's why I'm saying I think it was a snipe, because whatever, it doesn't matter though. We're gonna see Obstagoon up against, I think, to be honest, I think a lot of these games were snipes because there was a lot of fighting leads, and you will see there's a lot of leads that where I have to switch out of Titan, and games where Titan just doesn't have any play. Looks like they were hard countering Titan like it's the new Metamon. Didn't make sense to me, but whatever. Um, we still ended up getting some positive wins as they do come back into their Obstagoon. Obstagoon is going to be able to throw a move. I'm going to go ahead and shield this. Feels bad that it's an obstruct. And now I'm going to do one and throw. Once again, I'm going to do one and throw and then swap out, most likely because I need to preserve my Jellicent here. No, yep, I do swap out. And now they are going to throw a move here. Nice Slash. Nice Slash is going to be able to, why does this game look like the same game as the other one, except the only difference is that it's a Hypno? Why does this game look like it's the same game as the other one? Gonna go ahead and go for the body slam here, and I don't think this is enough to KO, but we do get a shield, which is good. This is going to be enough to KO, so unfortunate for me, we're gonna get KO'd here, and then we're gonna come into the Jellicent, gonna try to over farm here. They try to catch, which is pretty interesting. I'm at two serves now, I think, with that one bubble. So it's just gonna under tap it. I'm not sure who wins CMP, but I know that Hypno was at a move there, and don't know why they. We're gonna be able to take that game as we do hop into the next battle. We're gonna see Skarmory up against C. What I say? Nothing but hard counters, and I'm gonna swap out into my my Garchomp. They're gonna swap out catch on a Pokemon. I don't know what it was. Oh, Poliwrath. Poliwrath is just gonna go down to the outrage, and then they're gonna swap into a Metal Claw, Berserker. And yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's just funny, like how every Pokemon is hard countering the Ceititan, either with fast moves or they just hard wall it, which is really weird. Because I don't know why anybody would be hunting Cititans out here because it's not meta. But anyways, whatever. We are going to be able to do one and throw, and then this should be enough to KO. I don't think they have another shield, so this is enough to KO. They come into the Skarmory. I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through because there's no way that they're braver here because they have no balls. And then now I am gonna shield this one because this one will KO. We're gonna do one and throw, most likely. No, we just on the tap and then just throw. This should be enough to KO from this range. Yeah, yeah, that's why we just under tap it. And we are gonna be able to take that game as we do hop into the next battle. We're gonna see Titan up against Ice Boy. So yeah, we're gonna see it up against Cecilio. And I stopped tapping here, waiting for them to come back. And then I do see that they are tapping. I think I stop it again. No, I don't. Oh, I give him a chance to catch back up, but I do believe I'm still gonna end up winning this. Um, Gonna go ahead and let this go through. Most likely it's gonna be the body slam. I am gonna throw mine right away just because I don't want him to throw more moves because I don't want to shield. And they end up shielding. Since they ended up shielding, I'm gonna shield as well. And then try to make it. Oh, this time it's the water pole. So they did throw the big move. I'm gonna go ahead and make it to the body slam here. See what they want to do. Do they want to shield? They do want to shield again. And I think this time I'm just gonna go ahead and let it go through because I don't think this is enough to KO. I think I am gonna be able to make it to another move. So I am gonna be able to make it to another move here. And this time, this should be enough to KO since they don't have any more shields. They come into a Toxapex. Toxapex is going to be met with my Bubble Jelly. And to be honest, the Bubble Jelly doesn't really make a difference because regardless, you're going to end up winning these matchups like the Poliwrath, the Toxapex. It just helps out with the Glygars and the fire types. Obviously, Licky Tongue, Umbreon, Mandy Buzz. That's why you don't want to run Hex, but some people really like Hex, which is really cool. We're gonna get Gunk Shot, which is fine. I'm gonna swap out into my Garchomp. I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through. Hopefully, I can make it to the Outrage here, but it looks like they're gonna be able to throw another move before I make it to the Outrage. Yep, they're gonna go ahead and throw. This is fine. We're gonna go ahead and let this go through. Then at this point, I think I should be able to make it to serve on good timing, and this should be enough to KO from this range. And then I do believe we're gonna be able to bubble down the Toxapex, and we're gonna be able to take that win. See, you don't even need Hex; you can just bubble down a Toxapex. Now we are gonna see once again a bad lead, and how many bad leads have we seen? We've seen multiple bad leads. Like I said, I do believe people for some reason like to snipe me on Twitch. I don't understand why. I'm trying to make content and they're not letting me make it for you guys, which is really sad. But yeah, whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. They don't really care at the end of the day. Um Cresselia is going to be able to confuse me down. I should have threw the sand tomb, but that's fine. Gonna go ahead and let this go through, just because I know that in the bag is that Mawile, and I don't really want to go up against the Mawile. And then for some reason, they end up swapping out a Swampert, and I think it's on Water Gun. I think it's on Water Gun, right? Oh, this game's over, right? This game's over. I end up CMPing them. No, I don't CMP them. We are gonna be able to get this surf off. I don't expect them to shield, to be honest. And they don't shield. They're gonna come into the Fire Fang Mawile. They do end up shielding once again. This surf is not going to be enough to KO, but if I combo play him with the Avalanche is going to be enough to KO from this range, and we're going to be able to take this game. Yeah, one more. Thank God they did not catch there, and we're going to be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're going to see this Titan up against a Tentacruel, and this is really bad. I'm going to swap out once again. Like I said, I really did not have any good leads. I literally had to swap out every single time. Um, but I had to play it differently because, like I said, I do have people that snipe, so I do have to play my games differently. I think we ended up seeing P in there. I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through. Weather ball, that's fine, and Sand Tune's gonna come through. I think they do shield. Okay. Um, I expect them to throw the weather ball right away, which they do. Really good for me. In the back there is a steel wing Talonflame. Yo, steel wing. Nice. Um, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go through, to be honest. Flame chart's gonna come through. Gonna swap out into my Titans. The Titan is going to be able to make it to this Avalanche. Avalanche should be enough to KO from this range. We're gonna be able to take that game. Like I said, a lot of people were countering the Titan. I don't understand. We go 4-5-0. Go 5-0 here. And then this is the final set that I will be showing off. And once again, look at this. Isn't that a bad lead? Oh my gosh. How many bad leads? Can you guys count how many bad leads we've had? Leave it in the comments below. Let me know how many hard counters we had in the lead for Arsa Titan in the comments. Because look at this. This is ridiculous. But the good thing for me is that they're staying in. So but either way, even if they do end up swapping out here, which is fine, I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through because even if it is the Shadow Ball, I think I counted and it was only just a nice slash. I think we're gonna be able to farm them down before they make it to another Shadow Ball, which is really good for me. In the back is a Steel Wing Skarmory. Oh my gosh, where the hell does my Ceititan go? Where does Ceititan go? Obviously nowhere because it doesn't have a place to go. We're gonna try to make it to another move, but unfortunately for me, they end up throwing it once again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go through. Now come into my Garchomp. If they want to throw a move, which is fine, I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through. Obviously not let it go through. We're gonna go ahead and shield the Brave Bird. And then in the back there, look at this. What is this? There's a fire type. Why is there a fire type in the back? Why is there three hard counters to Ceititan? This doesn't make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? They're hunting Titans. Look at this. Once again, another bad lead. Oh my gosh. How many bad leads am I gonna get? Why is everybody countering Titan? Oh my gosh. Oh man, the obvious answer is that people are sniping, obviously. Trevenant is did get a buff this season, but unfortunately Trevenant is gonna get farmed down. We are gonna be able to make it to a sand tomb right before we go down, which is fine. I don't if they brave bird me here, that's fine. I don't really care. It's just a blast burn. We're gonna be able to farm up here. I think I'm just gonna go for the farm down completely. They don't even make it to another move. Swap out into my Titan, and in the back there's a Flygon. And finally, we had a place for our Titan to go to. And look, finally, a good lead. Wow, one good lead out of the whole three sets that I just showcased. And then they swapped out into a Alolan Sandslash, and Alolan Sandslash is gonna be baiting me here, which is very surprising. I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go through. I'm not gonna shield this. And once again, they end up baiting once again. I don't understand. And since they baited me, I'm gonna bait them back. Yep. And then once again, I mean, at this point, I don't even think Surf is a bait because look at it. Hex would not do this. Hex would never bring down the Sand Slice this low, where you could just spam Surfs. They are gonna swap out into a Venusaur, yo. And then Shadow Ball is gonna come through. They are gonna let it go through. I'm gonna swap out into my Garchomp at this point. Garchomp is gonna be able to live this move here. And then no, we're not going to be able to live that move. Just gonna sack the Garchomp, and then now this looks like GG's for us because we're gonna be able to make it to two avalanches here, I think. Just gonna go ahead and shield this. And then I think I'm one away from no two. Yeah, two. And this should be enough to KO, and we're gonna be able to take that game. As we do hop into the next battle, we're gonna see the Titan up against this. Is it a bad lead? We're gonna see here. We're gonna find out. Um, not good. It's not good. I'll say that. We're gonna go ahead and stay in for a bit. Just gonna go straight. I think I might just sack the Titan here. Just gonna go straight for avalanches here. I don't care to shield here. I'm just gonna sack. I think I'm gonna sack the Titan here. I think that's what I do. Gonna try to make it to another move here, and unfortunate for me, I don't throw. Oh my gosh, we're making horrible choices here. And I'm gonna go to my Garchomp here. Gonna try to get it low. They do throw on bad timing, which is pretty good for me. And then they do throw the Surf. The Surf does so much damage, and this is looking horrible for me. Like, what do I do now? Mandy Buzz is going to let go the outrage. So at this point, I am gonna go ahead and shield. I'm gonna try to put it in range where I can actually farm it down. We do farm down, which is good. Nice. And then let's see. We're gonna swap out and there's a Medicham in the back. So since there's a Medicham in the back, we actually have a possibility to win. They do go for the power up punch. Get no shield on my part. They throw in bad timing. Just gonna go ahead and let this go through because this cannot be a psychic. And they're running ice punch. And then now I am gonna go straight for the shadow ball here. Expect them not to shield, to be honest, and they don't shield. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and start spamming out these serves on the lantern. Gonna throw another serve here, and it feels bad for them because they're just shielding up serves at this point. Gonna combo play him since I know I'm at the Sand Tomb now, and this should be enough to KO from this range. We're gonna be able to take that game that we look like we were going to end up losing. I do believe this might be the final battle. We're gonna see. Frostlass up against our Ceititan, and once again, I never really had a good lead. It was always pretty bad for me, or or it was super bad. Like, in this case, it's kinda bad for me because, I can't really hit this thing, and they swap out into Annihilate, and they end up catching on Annihilate, which kinda makes no sense to me, to be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and shield it. I think it was the Shadow Ball. I'm gonna be able to farm down completely, do 1 and throw on the Frost Slice if it comes back in, which it does. So, this should be getting the shield. I'm gonna go ahead and shield this as well. Once again, 1 and throw. I don't expect them to shield, to be honest, at this point, but they could. And yeah, see, they don't shield. In the back as I go back, gonna go straight for the shadow ball here. And I don't expect them to shield, but they do end up shielding. Since they shielded, I'm gonna swap out into my guard chomp, forcing them to throw the shadow ball here. Which they do end up throwing the shadow ball. Gonna come back into Jellicent. I think this surf is gonna be enough to KO from this range. Yeah, it's gonna be enough to KO. And we'll be able to take that game. So yeah, we had so many horrible leads, but Titan still, once again, 5-0, back to back 5-0s. Titan putting on a show. Um, and showing that we don't care about typings. If it's a normal fighter, if it's a fighter, if it's a steel winger, if it's whatever it was, they didn't matter because the Titan put in the finest of work. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys on the next video.